I think it's recording. Yeah. Okay. So what we plan on doing is taking notes today and from this morning's session. We have notes from this morning's sessions. I'll send those out to everyone that was invited. And then we will also be taking the input and the information that you give to us today and finalizing some of the things that are tied to our conferences and sponsorship and engagement opportunities. And we'll be sending that out as soon as we get that stuff finalized. So we'll have some follow-up stuff for you after this is all done. So the first thing, I'm going to turn this over to Richard to talk a little bit about the plan for our fall conference, which is scheduled for the first week of October, the week of October 3rd in Tri-Cities, Washington at the Three Rivers Convention Center. Go ahead, Richard.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon again. As Katie mentioned, we are really no fooling for sure having a fall conference. It'll be a full conference with vendor floor, multiple training tracks, the whole 9 yards. It'll be, I would say, substantially similar to the conferences that we've done in the past. We are taking a look at the agenda and potentially going to make some adjustments to when we have things scheduled to make it flow a little bit better. And then, of course, since we haven't done a conference in a couple of years, this is a good opportunity to revisit, things that we've done forever and see if they still make sense or if we want to make some changes. So it won't be a carbon copy of what we've done before, but it'll be, I think, what those of you who have attended conference before, it'll be pretty similar to what you're familiar with. A couple of key events that we have at the conference typically on Tuesday, we have a directors meeting, and then Tuesday evening we have our chapter meeting. So these are great opportunities for you folks to meet with. A lot of our directors attend the chapter meeting. We have a fair number of techs and other members who join that as well. But, kind of the directors come a little bit early, so they're a bit of a captive audience that day, and most of them attend the chapter meeting. So that's a great networking opportunity. And then on Thursday, we typically do our annual awards banquet. This is where we showcase the work that has been done in our profession over the previous year. And this year, we'll also do some recognition for the 2021 and probably 2020 award winners, since we weren't able to have conferences in those years. So it's going to be a really big event. We encourage you all to participate in that. We typically have 5 to 7 training tracks, and that'll be similar this year. We'll have a management training track, a couple telecommunicators offerings, trainer offering, and then I think that the one that's of most interest to you folks is we'll have a tech training track. In some years we split that a little bit and have some IT, that side of the tech house, and some radio classes. Sometimes we have them all mixed up. I'm not sure what we're going to do on the tech training side, but that is a great opportunity for you folks to meet some techs and some managers, some decision makers outside of the vendor floor. We encourage you to we'll have our call for papers out shortly, and we encourage our vendor community to submit call for papers responses and teach tech classes. It's an opportunity for you to showcase your technical expertise and give us a little bit of information about your product. We like these to be educational offerings, not commercials, but there's always an opportunity for you to demonstrate how your solution solves that problem as part of your presentation. We just don't want it to be, an hour-long commercial. Having said that, we are looking at maybe throwing in a couple of product showcases or opportunities for you to highlight your solutions off the vendor floor. Of course, there's always opportunities to do that on the vendor floor, but we want to figure out some ways to open that up this year a little bit more. So if you want to do a 45-minute or an hour-long commercial, we might have an opportunity for you to do that there as well. Mary Sue will kick me if I forget to mention sponsorships, but so we have sponsorship opportunities for all of our major events in conjunction with the conference. And I'll let her talk about that in just a second. Before I go on from that, though, or go on and turn it over to her, a couple of things that you can expect from us within the next few weeks. One is a detailed vendor letter that will give you information on the final schedule that we've settled on as far as setup and tear down times, vendor floor hours, that sort of thing. Information about sponsorships, information about how to register, and how to bring your company to our conference. And then the other is the call for papers that I mentioned. That'll be out here in the next couple of weeks. So look for those, and feel free to ping me or Katie or Brenda or Victor if you haven't seen that stuff. I would say hopefully by no later than the middle of April. But if you haven't seen it, certainly by the end of April, give us a poke. And with that, I'll let Mary Sue, talk about sponsorship opportunities.
Thanks, Richard. Just real briefly, I want to encourage you to sponsor at the chapter level for us so that we can make this a huge success. When you sponsor, we promote you very heavily, and everything we can do. We have signage that we have all around the conference showing our sponsors and what level they're at and what they're sponsoring. So we really do try to get your name out there, and it helps the chapter quite a bit. So please think about sponsoring.
Great. Are there any questions about the fall conference in October? If you haven't been, I want you to really try to consider attending, and if your company hasn't been on the vendor floor before, really think about that. We have a lot of vendors on our vendor floor, and we have a lot of attendees, and it's from all over the state of Washington. It's one of the key training opportunities for our 911 telecommunicators. It's like a really key piece, and as Richard mentioned, the awards banquet will this year we'll cover a couple of years, and that's kind of it's really a great event to have and to showcase and to show off the various telecommunicator awards. So questions or comments, because one of the things we like to talk about is, if you've been to some conferences that did certain things really well, we would love to hear about that. We want to build on successes and steal good ideas from other people. So if you have any great ideas, that you think, hey, this chapter did this and that was really cool, please share. And on the opposite side, if something really didn't work very well for us or for you at a conference, please share that too, because we'd like to improve on those kinds of things. So any kind of feedback. I'm gonna count to 3. 1, 2. No? Okay. All right. We will move on to the next thing, which is to talk about the forum. So our chapter, it's a joint chapter, Washington, APCO, and NENA. We're a joint chapter, and We run everything jointly together. So if you're a member of NENA or a member of APCO and you're the local chapter, then we're all one great big family. And as part of this, the chapter, our focus is to ensure that we do get training to people in our community. So normally our chapter does a spring forum and a summer forum, and these are really just opportunities to we do an in-person chapter meeting, and then also we usually have a couple training tracks. And so this year, because of just trying to reopen up or not open up, and are we going to be in person, what's going to happen, we decided that we just have one forum this year. So we're calling it the 2022 forum, and it's going to be held in May. It generally will run the 17th through I guess it's really the 18th, but there will be some activities on the 19th as well. But 17th and 18th are the primary forum dates. Specifically, we're firming up a location. It'll be somewhere in the Puget Sound area, probably in the southern Puget Sound area, maybe Pierce County, I think is where we're kind of looking at right now. And we should have that finalized in the next few weeks. So the forum is, they starts out on that week. We usually have subcommittee meetings the Monday of that week. So, and that's for the AC meeting. So if you're not familiar with the state of Washington, the 911 community has the 911 advisory committee, which Richard's the chair of now, and it's very active. It's a very active committee, and that committee gives advice and recommendations and does a whole lot of work for the 911 community, but it supports the state 911 office. And the AC has a series of subcommittees, and those subcommittees are made up mostly of people in the business. There are some people in the commercial area that are on some of those committees, and then, but most of it's about people that are working at PSAPs. Most of it's leadership positions at PSAPs. So they usually meet, if they're going to meet in person that week, it's going to be on the Monday before. On Tuesday is a training day, so we'll have training tracks. And for this upcoming forum, we'll have a training track for the 911 coordinators, which is mostly made up of leadership, executive directors and directors of the PSAPs across the state. And then Tuesday night, we'll have a chapter meeting, and we usually do some sort of like social event as well tied with that. We haven't made up our mind yet what that's going to be, but we'll do something. And then Wednesday will be another training track day. And on both of those days, we have the 911 coordinator training track. And then this time we're going to have the public educator training track. So those are the people that will be primarily in attendance at our summer forum. And we want to share that with you because we're going to have that chapter meeting. We'd love to have commercial members come and join us and be at the chapter meeting and hang out at the chapter event. It's just a good way to meet with folks and get to know people on a regular basis, on a friend relationship, you know, and build that relationship with folks. And so we'd love to have people be able to attend the chapter meeting, and we'll be, of course, sending out lots of information about that coming up. What am I missing about the forum? Anything, you guys? No? Okay.
No, you covered it well.
Thank you. So the other thing we did want to talk about is just how can we provide other engagement opportunities with our commercial members? Like I said, we truly believe in our vendors and the vendor relationships that we have with our chapter. So we do have we wanted just to kind of share with you what the chapter is doing right now, and I have one specific ask. But first, what are we doing on the chapter level that our commercial members we think might be interested in participating or sponsoring or helping us with? And that's we have our website. And as a matter of fact, Abby has been instrumental in helping me. Thank you very much for updating the website and getting our security certificates. We want to improve our hosting capabilities on that site and do some of that stuff. So we're considering an opportunity to have a company actually sponsor the website and show, as a sponsorship of the site. We want to include some advertisement opportunities on the website and the various pages that we have on the website. We've also now, we've had Facebook for a while. We're reintegrating Twitter, and we've added Instagram. So we'd be happy to be open to sharing like guest posts or such like that through our social media. I also have created the LinkedIn page. So we also have a LinkedIn page too. So find us on LinkedIn and follow us, please. We need more followers. We also on our website have a blog. So we are blogging information and short articles. We're posting job announcements. We're doing a whole bunch of stuff on the website and really making it integrated part and communicating to our membership. So we'd be happy to, if you have kind of like a discussion article piece that you'd like to write, and we would be happy to have that as a guest post on our website. Really cool thing that we're going to be doing that we're prepping for right now is we're going to distribute a 2023 calendar, and we have a photo challenge out to all of the PSAPs right now where telecommunicators are being encouraged to take pictures of the cool stuff that they do in their PSAPs and submit those into our photo challenge. And then the leadership's going to pick pictures, multiple pictures probably per month. And we're going to create that into a 2023 calendar, and we're going to send that out to all of the PSAPs. And so we'd be happy to have some sponsors tied to months of the calendar or something like that. We are also working together to try to draft just a PSAP poster that we can send to each PSAP that talks about the chapter and some of the benefits of the chapter and some things like that for this year until we get the calendar done. So those are some of the things that we're just looking to do in the future to engage with our membership and to really drive communication out to the members. One ask that I have from you is the Telecommunicator Week. Telecommunicator Week, if you're not aware, it's April 10th through the 16th, and this is a week that we celebrate 911 telecommunicators across the nation. And we would love to share during that week thank you videos or acknowledgement videos or recognition videos from your folks, from your companies to our telecommunicators. So if you have anybody who loves to make TikTok videos, tap them on the shoulder and ask them to create some cute TikTok videos for us. We would love to share those. We'll be happy to share images of thank yous or recognitions, but we really would love to have our commercial members step up and engage with us on the Telecommunicator Week this year. One thing we're also doing is we created a state kudo board, and this is really an electronic bulletin board. It used to be, before COVID, our PSAPs would probably engage with their user agencies and have them come into the comm center and, bring muffins or, whatever they were going to do to kind of recognize their dispatch staff. Of course, COVID stopped that from happening. And so one of the things our agency here did at Norcom was create a kudo board. And so I'm going to show you an example of the one that it looks like that we did last year and tell you that we created a kudo board for Washington State. So I'll send out a link and it's free. You just go on there and you click add a note and you type a message in and it says who you are. And then all of our telecommunicators during the week of Telecommunicator Week will be able to log to go to that site and just kind of see the recognition and acknowledgement and feel the love from the people. So I'll bring up the little example that I have as it pulls up. So it just looks just like this, literally little boxes. You can add pictures, just put in a little note, that kind of stuff, memes, whatever it happens to be. This is our example from last year. It's super easy. You just click this button right here and then post a note. Kind of like posting on Facebook. If you can post on Facebook, you can post on our kudo board. So I'll send out a link to that, and we would really love it if you would put a message in there for us. And then the next thing is one thing we'd like to do is to create welcome packets for new members. But we also want to create welcome back packets for members that have been long-term members, long-standing members, and that are current members. We want to send packets out to kind of everybody just to reintroduce them to the chapter and get them re-energized about what's happening in our chapter and update them on what's going on and how are we doing stuff. We would be very happy to have sponsorship tied to helping pay for printing and shipping of that. We'd also love to, and we will message out to all our commercial members just to have you send us things to stuff in the envelope, like any of your product information, kind of like the bag stuffers that we would have at the conference. We'll be happy to include stuffers of product information from your agencies. And if you have any swag that would be easy to put into an envelope that wouldn't be super heavy or difficult to put into an envelope, we would be happy to have some swag to add to that. We'll put out more information about that, but I kind of wanted to share that with you so you could get your start noodling on what you can do. Okay, so now I'm at the thank you page and I'm going to stop talking. I would really be interested in hearing more from you. But is there anything in here that you would like to see more of, or a difference to, or what are we missing? What can we do for you guys? I think I see a message. What does it say? Commercial Advisory Council. What does it say? Missed it. Tina says APCO's Commercial Advisory Council is looking for commercial members who are interested in participating with us on the committee. So if you'd like more information, please see the APCO Commercial Advisory Council link on the site or contact her. And there's an email and a phone number. Tina, would you like to just take a minute and talk about what does this CAC do?
Well, the CAC does a lot of things. We have several subcommittees that include one that does articles that address what is working for some of the chapters. We have a chapter liaison where we contact the various chapters to find out what's working and what we can do, how we can help them. We are trying to assist a few of the chapters that do not have commercial advisory members. And see, membership and marketing liaison, and we have a nominations committee. And we're also looking for people that may be very outstanding within APCO that could qualify for a Jack Daniel Award. So in a nutshell, that's what we do. Try to gather information, try to share information, encourage people, and we're looking for other dynamic commercial members that would like to join us.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. At this point, I would just welcome anybody else. Do you have anything else you'd like to share?
This is Susan. I just say, you guys, I think you guys are great. So thank you for doing this. I appreciate having a forum to be able to at least to connect with the team here. So I appreciate that. And Tina, I'll reach out to you because I'll have either myself or one of my teammates will probably get involved into this. So, and so will we see emails then for when it's time to register for the fall conference, and then also what we can do for April? Is that just look for the emails? Okay.
Yeah, in the next couple of weeks, we'll probably have stuff out about forum for the May forum, and then by mid-April, we'll have information out tied directly to the conference, and it'll include the vendor letter, which has information. We'll have information about all the things for vendors.
Great. Okay. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. All right, Victor, do you have anything you'd like to talk about? Victor Burton is your commercial representative, and he just took office in October, right? And I have his information. I put it on here. I didn't tell him I was going to, but he's your commercial representative. You can reach him at the comrep@apconena.org. Victor?
Don't have much to say, but I am in learning mode and I'm trying to absorb as much as I can, and would be happy to talk with anyone about any particular topics related to my commercial representative position.
What else? Anything else, folks? All right, anything from chapter leadership that we covered before and I forgot about this time? All right. well, then you get back 20 minutes of your time. I really do appreciate you guys taking time and joining us today. If you think commercial member meetings are a good idea, we could definitely have more or a few more, you know, spread out through the year. That would be great. And that way we can all stay connected and make sure that we're doing what we need to do.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Have a
Thanks,
good night.
Katie. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, bye.